Have you ever wondered what old-school arcade flying games felt like back in the day? Today, we're taking a look at Airstrike 1944, a classic Java game that delivers fast-paced aerial combat with a nostalgic twist. This game is a top-down shooter set during World War II. You take control of a powerful fighter plane, flying over enemy territory, facing wave after wave of hostile aircraft, tanks, and battleships. Your mission is simple: survive, destroy everything in your path, and rack up the highest score possible. From the moment the game starts, you're thrown straight into the action. Enemy planes swarm from all directions, bullets fill the screen, and your reflexes are immediately put to the test. The controls are simple and responsive: move your plane, fire continuously, and dodge incoming attacks. It's easy to learn, but mastering it? That's a whole different story. One of the most exciting parts of Airstrike is the variety of power-ups. As you destroy enemies, they drop upgrades that enhance your firepower. You can unlock rapid fire guns, spread shots, and devastating missiles that clear large sections of the screen. These upgrades are essential, especially as the difficulty ramps up with each level. The game features multiple stages, each with its own unique challenges. You'll fly over oceans, enemy bases, and heavily defended zones. Boss battles add another layer of intensity: massive enemy war machines with complex attack patterns that require strategy and precision to defeat. Visually, the game keeps things simple but effective. The pixel-style graphics and explosions give it that classic arcade feel, while the sound effects, gunfire, explosions, and engine noise immerse you in the battlefield. It may not be modern or flashy, but that's exactly what gives it charm. What makes 1944 truly special is its pick-up-and-play nature. You don't need hours to enjoy it. Just a few minutes can turn into an intense, adrenaline-filled session. It's perfect for quick gaming breaks, especially back in the era of Java mobile and browser games. In many ways, Airstrike 1944 captures the spirit of old-school gaming: simple mechanics, challenging gameplay, and endless replay value. It's a reminder of a time when games didn't need huge budgets or complex systems to be fun. They just needed to be engaging. So if you enjoy retro shooters or want to experience a piece of classic Java gaming history, this game is definitely worth checking out. If you grew up playing simple but addictive PC games, there's a good chance you remember Ollie the Penguin. This charming little Java game may not have flashy graphics or modern effects, but what it lacks in complexity, it makes up for with pure fun and nostalgia. Ollie the Penguin puts you in control of a small, brave penguin named Ollie, who lives in a cold, icy world filled with dangers and surprises. Your main goal is simple: guide Ollie through different levels, collect fish, avoid enemies, and survive as long as possible. But as easy as that sounds, the game quickly becomes more challenging the further you go. The gameplay is straightforward and easy to understand. You move Ollie across platforms, jump over obstacles, and dodge enemies like seals or other creatures that threaten your journey. Timing is everything. One wrong move, and you could lose a life. This simplicity is exactly what made the game so popular, especially among players who just wanted something fun and quick to play. One of the most enjoyable aspects of Ollie the Penguin is its level design. Each stage introduces new layouts and challenges, keeping the experience fresh. You might find yourself navigating slippery ice platforms or carefully planning jumps to avoid falling into icy water. The difficulty gradually increases, which makes the game both rewarding and a bit addictive. The visuals are simple but colorful, with a cute cartoon style that gives the game its personality. Ollie himself is an adorable character, and the icy environments create a cozy, wintry atmosphere. Combined with light sound effects and cheerful music, the game feels relaxing, even when it gets tough. Another reason Ollie the Penguin became popular is its accessibility. Being a Java game, it could run on many older phones without needing powerful hardware. This made it easy for players around the world to enjoy, especially during a time when not everyone had access to high-end gaming systems. Even today, the game remains a nostalgic favorite for many. It reminds us of a simpler era of gaming, when fun gameplay mattered more than graphics or online features. Whether you're revisiting it for memories or discovering it for the first time, It's a great example of how small games can leave a big impression. So if you're looking for a light, classic experience, give Ollie the Penguin a try and help this little penguin survive the icy adventure. What if a video game wasn't just made for entertainment, but also to represent real military life? That's exactly what America's Army set out to do. Released in the early 2000s, this unique tactical shooter wasn't created by a typical game studio. It was developed by the United States Army itself. Launched in 2002, America's Army was designed as both a recruitment tool and a realistic military simulation. Unlike many shooters of its time, the game focused heavily on authenticity. Players had to complete training missions before jumping into combat, learning skills like marksmanship, navigation, and teamwork. One of the game's most interesting features was its perspective system. No matter which team you were on, you always saw yourself as a U.S. soldier, while your opponents appeared as enemy forces. This reinforced the idea of discipline and identity within the military structure. America's Army stood out because of its emphasis on realism and rules of engagement. Players were expected to follow military conduct. Breaking rules, like harming teammates, could result in penalties or even being kicked from missions. The gameplay encouraged communication, strategy, and cooperation rather than fast-paced, arcade-style action. Specialized roles, such as medic or sniper, required additional training, adding depth and progression to the experience. Over time, the game evolved with new versions like America's Army, Operations, and America's Army, Proving Grounds, improving graphics and expanding gameplay while maintaining its core identity. What made America's Army truly unique was its purpose. It wasn't just about winning matches, it was about giving players a glimpse into military life. For many, it served as their first exposure to structured teamwork and realistic combat scenarios. The game also helped shape the tactical shooter genre, influencing later titles that focused more on realism and coordination. And despite being free to play, it maintained a dedicated player base for years. Army remains one of the most unusual and ambitious projects in gaming history, a game built not just to entertain, but to inform and inspire. Whether you see it as a simulation, a recruitment tool, or simply a piece of gaming history, one thing is clear. It changed the way people think about what a video game can be. Back in the days before smartphones took over the world, mobile gaming looked very different. Small screens, physical keypads, and simple graphics defined an entire era. Yet despite those limitations, developers managed to create surprisingly engaging experiences. One of those hidden gems was American Gangster, a Java-based mobile game inspired by the crime-filled world of organized gangs. Released in the mid-2000s, American Gangster brought players into a gritty urban setting where survival depended on strategy, timing, and sometimes pure luck. You didn't just play as a random character, you stepped into the shoes of a rising criminal trying to build a reputation from the ground up. The game starts off simple. You begin as a low-level street hustler with limited resources and even fewer connections. Your main goal? Earn money, gain respect, and climb the ranks of the criminal underworld. But it's not as easy as it sounds. Every decision matters, and every move can either push you forward or set you back. Gameplay revolves around missions, street fights, and business dealings. Players take on tasks such as collecting debts, completing illegal deals, or confronting rival gang members. Combat is usually turn-based or menu-driven, which was common for Java games at the time. While it may seem basic compared to modern standards, it required careful planning and quick thinking. One of the most interesting aspects of American Gangster is its progression system. As you advance, you unlock new areas of the city, better equipment, and stronger allies. This creates a satisfying sense of growth, especially considering the limitations of Java mobile platforms. Visually, the game uses pixel-style graphics, but it still manages to create a dark and immersive atmosphere. The characters, environments, and menus all contribute to the feeling of being part of a dangerous underground world. Combined with simple but effective sound effects, the game delivers an experience that feels larger than its technical boundaries. Another key element is the risk factor. Every mission comes with potential rewards, but also consequences. Losing a fight or making a bad deal can cost you money, health, or progress. This constant tension keeps players engaged and adds depth to what might otherwise seem like a straightforward game. Despite its strengths, American Gangster remains relatively unknown today. Like many Java games, it was tied to a specific era of mobile technology. As smartphones evolved, these games slowly faded into obscurity, replaced by more advanced titles with better graphics and complex mechanics. However, for those who experienced it, American Gangster represents a unique moment in gaming history, a time when creativity had to overcome technical limits. It's a reminder that even with simple tools, developers could craft compelling and memorable experiences. So, whether you played it back in the day or are just discovering it now, American Gangster stands as a testament to the early days of mobile gaming, raw, simple, but undeniably captivating. And who knows? Maybe one day, games like this will make a comeback, bringing a touch of nostalgia to a new generation of players. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more retro game content coming your way.